Welcome back to our 12 days till Christmas. I hope you're getting excited. We're almost there. Today is day 9, and we're going to talk about, well, I won't tell you yet. Let's ask you this. If you had to take a long trip with any animal, what would it be? Maybe a dog, a cat, a turtle, or let's go wild, maybe a panda bear. Okay, now, if you had to choose one animal to carry you from here to California, what would it be? Do you know? Did you think of one? I know, I would probably pick a horse. I think they're pretty strong and would do a good job at carrying me. But when we think about Christmas and the Christmas story, there's probably one animal that you think about that maybe would have carried Mary and Joseph. Can you guess? You're doing awesome. That's right. It's a donkey. But, well, I have some good news and some bad news because today we're going to talk about the donkey. But I'll start with the bad news. You ready? Brace yourselves. When we read Luke 1 and 2, the Christmas story in the scriptures in our Bible, there's actually no mention of a donkey. Uh-oh. But here's some good news. One, we know that in the time of Mary and Joseph and Jesus' birth, donkey travels like car travel. It wouldn't be weird to think that Mary and Joseph were using a donkey to help them get from one place to another. And even better news is, don't worry, the Bible still shows us that God would use a donkey to carry Jesus. But do you know where? Take a guess. You're on fire. It's the story of Palm Sunday, where we see Jesus as an adult, and God is using a donkey to carry him through the city of Jerusalem when he's going to prepare himself for the cross the week after. So the good news is God still used a donkey to carry Jesus, because that's what we're going to talk about today as we think about Christmas, and really as we think about the reason Jesus was born. Jesus was born to die. He was born and was sent to earth so that he could grow up, die for our sins, and that would be on the cross. So we think about Christmas. We can't not think about Easter because they're connected. And that's the good news story of Jesus Christ, right? So here's a question. Another one, I know. Why would God pick a donkey to carry Jesus? I mean, think about a donkey. Today we say that they're lazy, we say they're stubborn, we say they're really hard to work with. And yet God in John 12, 13, and 15, and Matthew 21, 1 and 10, he tells the story of Jesus asking the disciples to get a donkey so that they could ride the donkey into the city. That sounds weird, right? But the Bible teaches us many things. And so I think maybe, just maybe, God chose a donkey to be an example for us and to be an encouragement to us that God can use anyone, even the most unlikely animal or the unlikely person, to fulfill his purpose and to get his glory. Maybe you think you're unlikely to do something great for God. You think, I'm too small, I'm too young, I'm not smart enough, I'm not fast enough, I don't have any special thing about me. But I think that today what we can learn from this story as we think about donkeys in Christmas, but really donkeys in Palm Sunday and donkeys in general, God can use even the most unlikely thing to get his glory. He can use the most unlikely thing to bring Jesus to the world. So, this year, when you think about the donkey by the nativity scene, or you think about the donkey around Palm Sunday when we get closer to Easter, I want you to remember this, that when you give your yes to God, he can use you, even if you think you're too anything, too not whatever, too little, too small, too unsmart, too put any word you want there. God can use you, yes you, even the most unlikely person, to bring Jesus to the world. And that is the greatest thing anyone can ever do, is to say, hey, I've got a friend named Jesus. Do you know him? So this holiday season, this Christmas, I hope that as you see the donkey, you're reminded God can and wants to use you. No matter what you think about yourself, he has a purpose and a plan for you. See you tomorrow.